Hey everyone, welcome to GJBricks number 8. I've not been on here for a while because a lot's been happening, hence why this one is called All Change. You may have noticed it's been, I think, 5 weeks or 6 weeks since I last did a GJBricks. I apologise for that. I had actually almost gotten around to doing it a couple of times, and life, everything just got in the way. I've been in a bit of a shocking place. The last few, well, I've had issues at work for the last year and a half. As you know, I'm a founder in a startup, and 2 weeks ago I resigned. 3 weeks ago I resigned. So, no, 2 weeks ago I resigned. So I've left. I'm still classed as a co-founder, but I don't work there as of 2 weeks time. So I reached breaking point, and you'll notice a difference in me. I've been handling so much stress because of work, and everybody has said they've seen a weight lifted in me. Now, I will say I am slightly tired because my wife's been sick this week. I can't win. Looking after 3 tiny tyrants, trying to work, having a sick wife. I'm so tired. But anyway, just thought I'd let you know that at the start of this, and then we can move on to the good stuff. Lego! Been a hell of a couple of weeks, I have to say. Got caught off a bit off guard by the haunted house this week, as you saw in my appraisal of that video, linked in the corner now if you're on YouTube. What a cracking set! Like I was really on the fence about it for a number of reasons. I thought it was quite expensive for what it was. I thought, you know, it's got some nice details, but it could do with a few more things. And then I sort of watched the designer video and realised how much was going on. But I hadn't realised how much was going on in the mechanism around the back as well. I mean, that's a work of art. There's so much going on to make that work. So I'm really intrigued to see how exactly that does work. I know they've used some of the big Technic wheels as flywheels, which I've done in the past. I did find the big Technic wheels you got back in the 1980s, 90s, like the big thick square rubber ones, not like the styled ones you have now, were really good and weighty, and you could build some really cool stuff with them. I used to use I used to make what they call kinetic dragsters with it, where, you know, you could spin them up and the weight of that wheel would keep the dragster going. So it had normal wheels, but then like a flywheel in it that would keep it going, and you could get some great distance on it. It was good fun. I should have got making one of those actually. I just don't have any of those wheels at the moment. They're all in the UK. Oh, my good old UK Lego stash. But yeah, a good set. As I said, my thoughts. I really like it. I really want it, but I think it can be improved. I think the outside needs to look more haunted. I thought the outside looked a bit like too new. It needed to be more like the Monster Fighter house, I think, but I don't think that's hard to remedy. Looking at the set, there's so much space in it and there's so much to do on the front. I think that would work. And then the interior I think it's absolutely fine, to be perfectly honest. I love all those nods to the old sets, the old stories. Was it Baron von Baron? I thought that was a really good touch. I love the stories like the Pharaoh's, the Pharaoh's head or Sphinx's head or whatever it was. His poster. There's just so many good things in that set, and then the drop is cool. I might have to have a go at what they said and make the drop taller. Not a priority, but that could be a lot of fun. I was actually watching a video about the Tower of Terror at Disneyland, ironically about 2 weeks ago. I'm an engineer, I love engineering, and didn't realise that's made by Otis, the lift company, the same ones that let you go up and down in buildings. They actually make the Tower of Terror lift as well, just for your reference. Good video though. I think it was on the art of engineering. Well worth watching if you have any interest in how these theme park mechanics work. But I digress. Yeah, good set. That's gonna look good. Me and Dr. McBrick were chatting about this one quite a lot, and both decided we like the set, and you know, it's got a few things to improve, but definitely something that we could make use of in the city. I've just got to figure out how I'm going to fit it into my city. You can see sort of this beginnings of the city here. Over here, yeah. If you watched my live stream last night, you'd have seen I did actually sort of give a show. So the tables are there now, yay! But the next thing I've got to do is I'm layering it out. So Studsburg will carry on very soon, but I'm trying to do it in a way, and I'm going to do a video this week on it because I'm going to make a dent in it this week. I actually need to get out my jigsaw to cut some wood to do it. But what I want to do is actually move to kind of like those of you who've played SimCity 2000 know that really kind of simple layering that was in there, but I always loved how that looked, how the effect of having your multi-layer city changed everything. So I really want to try and have, you know, before I had a couple of raised areas, I want to try and have, you know, 2, possibly 3 layers in the city. I think 3 might be stretching it because you've got to have ramps up to each of those and things like that, but I think 2 is definitely doable, and we'll change it. And I'm not just going to have it as like a big area. It'll be sort of like an L-shaped round part of it and then something raised up and, you know, all over the place. So the whole table will basically have raised areas around it, which will, I think, look a lot more interesting. Because I don't have the space to spread out, I figured doing that way makes it more interesting because you can see more of what's going on in the back areas as well. And I can put a couple of things higher up that I want to, like the haunted house is going to go in the theme park area. I've got the pirate roller coasters here behind me. That's going to be modified and combined with the Pirates of Barracuda Bay to make a Pirates of Barracuda Bay roller coaster. Got some ideas on that. I'm playing with some ideas on how that's going to work at the moment, but having it kind of weave around the ship in some way might mean raising the ship up slightly, but I think it'll work really well. So I'm gonna be playing with that this week as well. That's probably gonna be my mock for the week. And then I want to have like a haunted hill, and I'm sort of umming and ahhing about how I'm gonna do that one. The haunted house theme park ride will go in the theme park because it's that. I was actually thinking, I need to see what this looks like, but the new hidden side sets that are coming out, there is an observatory in there. I'm quite intrigued to see what that's like, even if just for parts. That could be a good scope, because I really liked, I actually said to Mike when I was talking to him, I wanted to do a kind of, in my head I've got a kind of science observation kind of building in my head, not like a traditional house, but an actual like laboratory, like on the hill, like, you know, Pinky in the Brain laboratory. I thought would be really cool and a bit different, and if I can do it with like an observatory as well, all these crazy science things, I think it could be an awesome mock if I can get it right. That could be my first LEGO ideas submission if I do get it right. But that's what I'm thinking for that one. And then I want to do a lot more. I've got some more space with it. I think I've actually figured out, if I do all the raised areas properly, I can have 2 lanes of train track the whole way around the city, so I can run 2 trains at a time without much impact. It will mean I have to make my the bridge, my Marvel Superheroes bridge, twice the width it is now, but that's the only change I'll have to make really to make it work, if it works. And I'll actually have space for sidings as well, because I've managed to add an extra table behind me here. The joy is I took all the furniture out of this room and put it in other rooms in the house, so now all the other rooms are really cluttered and this one's just full of Lego, which is good, yay! But I've got such a backlog of parts at the moment. I've been a bit bad the last couple of weeks and bought a few more sets than I should have. I had a bit of extra money I could use, and I've used it to catch up on a few sets I've really wanted or missed out on, and I've paid extra for them, but well worth, you know, to me they were worth getting now, because they're just going to keep going up and up and up and up and up, and I know they're going to make me happy, and I know they're going to add to my city. Yeah, I think they were a worthwhile investment. So I've got that and a truckload of parts to sort through. I realise I need to have about a week of part sorting at the moment, and one of the things I'm going to be doing after this video is washing Lego in my washing machine. Apparently you don't use detergent. Not any, you can use something of some, but most they just do a cool wash and that's enough to get the Lego clean. So yeah, I've got probably about three loads of washing to do. That sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? I've seen some people say they put it in the dishwasher, but personally I like the idea. I think the washing machine works better because it agitates it a bit more. If you do it on a delicate wash, it should be alright. Maybe throw a towel in with it as well, just to make sure it doesn't bang about too much. So that's what I'll be doing there. Trying to catch up on building as well. I've got so much building to do. I have actually been building, I just haven't been putting out many videos. After this, I've got one more video I want to do about the Monkey Kid stuff, which I'll talk about in a second. I've got my review of the Pirates of Barracuda Bay to do as well, which I've been trying to do for the last few weeks. But as you can understand from the way I started this video, not been the best of times for me to do this. You know, I've gotten to that crunch point. You can imagine how that's been wearing on me. But me and my wife have spoken through it, and we came to the same decision. I'm going to become a stay-at-home dad for a bit. Yay! And we're going to focus on her business for a while, because her business was going gangbusters before COVID hit. And to be honest, they're starting to ease restrictions, so hopefully in the next few months you'll start to see business pick up again. So we're going to work on that and a couple of other ideas we've got between us. So all very positive. But Monkey Kid, how good? How good is Monkey Kid? I remember seeing the sort of teasers for it that people got out, that the LEGO lawyers obviously went in and shut down because it wasn't meant to be leaked yet. But looks awesome. Like someone made the valid point to me yesterday about Ninjago is very sort of Japanese themed, whereas this Monkey Kid is very Chinese themed. So interesting point, and I can definitely see that one. So I'm going to do a video on that in a minute as well. That will probably go out. I'll probably put this up and that up at the same time, so you'll see both of them simultaneously. You get to watch twice as much GJBricks. Yeah, I know someone was asking me on the live stream I did with Mike last night when I was going to do another one of these. So here I am doing another one of these. Not really on topic this week. I'm just talking about what's been going on in LEGO and my life at the moment, which is kind of what a podcast is meant to be about. Podcast. But this is actually sort of a bit of both for me. It's what I've been doing and what's been going on in LEGO world. There's lots and lots of things happening. My channels have been picking up a lot of traffic as well. My website's doing pretty well at the moment now as well. I've put a lot of effort into my website. I do want to, as part of my kind of hitting reset, want to revisit my website and do some updates to it. I've got a designer friend who's going to help me with some of that. But I want to get it kind of a bit slicker than it is now and be posting more regularly. So I should hopefully have a bit more time to be doing that, because I always had the plan with the website to be posting more of the community stuff as well, what people are doing, builds I like, because obviously every day I'm looking at stuff on Flickr and through Pinterest and whatnots and finding stuff I really enjoy. So I really want to make sure I'm sharing those things where I can for other people to find, and that was what I wanted the website to do. So my traffic's been doing well on that, and I want to keep that going, that momentum going, as well as my YouTube channel as well. I'm getting close to 2,000 subs. I think I'm going to do a 2,000 sub special. I've got a special set I bought recently that I haven't put together yet, that I got off somebody. It's one from my childhood that I have always wanted, never had, finally have it. Haven't built it yet because I've been waiting for that moment. So I think that's going to be my 2,000 video. I think I'm probably going to do that one as a 2,000 sub live stream build kind of thing. So anybody who wants to come and join for that one, stay tuned. I'm hoping that'll be in the next couple of weeks. What else? So yeah, Monkey Kid, those sets are really cool. It's interesting. I can't give away too much because I'm about to go through that in another video, but an interesting theme, kind of like a mishmash of several other kind of LEGO themes, I feel, in their weightiness, in their content, in you know, the style of build you get in it. You know, there's a bit of one theme, bit of another theme, bit of a retired theme. Then it sort of, as you get into more expensive sets, turns into kind of like an entirely different thing. And one of the sets to me looks really out of place. So it looks really out of place, to be perfectly honest. It looks more like it should be a hidden side set, or like it was meant to be a hidden side set that got brought across. I think you can probably guess which one of those I mean. But watch my Monkey Kid video when I do it. What else has been going on? Joss has decided that she wants to be on LEGO Masters. I said she might have to wait, but don't worry, I will be applying for it this year. So stay tuned on that one. Don't know if I'm good enough or not, but I intend to apply for the Australian one this year, assuming, I don't know what's going to happen there, because the auditions are sort of around September, October time, I think. So hopefully all the restrictions and things will have eased enough by then for that to kick in. So fingers crossed that will be good. So yeah, I intend to apply for that show. So I better get practicing with my mocks. I got to get this room organised so I can start building some mocks again and catch up on my sets. Apologise, my Sunday night beer. Live in Australia, they drink beer here. Actually, it's a sign of how bad the COVID thing's been on me. I've started drinking again. Not heavily, but I used to drink, like, I was drinking 1 or 2 beers a week, and at the moment I'm sort of going through more than that a week. Sort of having 1 a day at the moment. No excessive drinking, but anyway, that's my what's it called? Kid thing sorted out there, whatever it's called, copper. I've just got my copper compliance sorted there by talking about alcohol. Excellent. Easy to cover there. I just swore in the live stream last night, so that solved that problem. Has anyone seen anything happening on that, or does no one really care about that at the moment, given that America's like in free fall because of COVID? It's just a genuine question. I haven't heard anything about copper since all the panic earlier this year. Like, it's pretty meaningless now, really. I mean, it's a minor thing in the scheme of things, but I haven't heard anybody saying it's an issue. They've had issues with it, and I know a lot of people like GJBricks and people like that have adapted and done similar to what I was doing already, which was most of my videos had me in them in some way, shape or form for the last, well, I think the last year and a half. I've pretty much been in every video I've done, so and that's not going to change. I'm going to keep doing that. I think it adds a lot of authenticity to my videos as well. I don't want to hide from the camera. I did the channel to be in front of the camera talking to you, so that was one of my things. Anything else to report? No, just wants to do that. The kids are still loving Lego. We're watching Lego. We've just finished the Lego Masters US, and we're up to episode 4 of season 2 of Lego Masters Australia, which I have to say has been so much fun this season. Episode 4 was fantastic. They had the challenge was, for anyone not in Australia, they had to build a 1.2 meter tower, and then they put it on a shake mat. So this, the challenge was who could make it stand up while being shaken to pieces, and 3 of the towers actually made it to level 10 on this. And this is the thing going like this, one of the teams made their model so heavy that the actual motor in the shake mechanism was breaking. They literally just built a tower of bricks. They managed to somehow build a tower filled to the brim with bricks and make it look nice. And this shaking thing, like, it was like 50 odd kilos of Lego or something like that. It was very, very heavy. And the shake mat just couldn't take it. Like, the plinth it was on, everything, it's like a washing machine with a brick in it. It was just not happy. It was very funny to watch. We had a good time watching that. Watching that with my kids. We were all, with my Callie, my middle daughter, wanted to go and watch something else. But then when they started doing this, she was enthralled. She was absolutely like, oh, this is awesome. So she can watch Paw Patrol tomorrow. Finished my Land Rover too. Doesn't work. I've done something wrong somewhere in it. It's got such a complicated gearing system. I should have tested it at more points, but for some reason when I push it along, the engine doesn't go round. And I thought it was because I had one of the differentials the wrong way around, which I fixed, but it still isn't working. And someone else said it's probably one of the other 2 differentials in it, so I need to figure that out. So I was on the right theme, right on the right track with it being a differential problem. I just need to figure out which differential. And as anybody who's built that set knows, it's so fantastically complicated. If it's one of the ones deep in it, no idea how to get it out. So anyway, my plan with that one is to motorize it anyway. So the engine's not really going to matter. It's just a matter of where I put the motors. I was entertaining the idea of taking the engine out and putting the motors in the bonnet to see if that is possible. I don't know if there's enough room in there. It might have to be a supercharged Land Rover to do that, but I've got the remote control 4x4 to actually use the motors from that, because I got that on sale recently for one of my very good prices. I think it was 33. I think it was my good old 33. Actually, I think that might have been 40% off, thinking about it. It was a very lucky sale, because I got the roller coaster for 33% off, and I think, no, it was 33%. Anyway, nod to Greg there. Never buy a full price set. Actually, it's not strictly true. I do buy some full price sets, but not very often. So I'm going to try and motorize that. So it's very complicated. I've never done before, so it should be interesting to see how I do that one. But I love the. I actually really like the 4x4. It's such a close set to being a good set, apart from this clearance at the front here. This cog's really cool and whatever, but it really affects the ground clearance at the front here, where I think the Land Rover's got basically the same clearance with smaller wheels. So yeah, but this has got the where is it? This comes with 4 motors in it, so you've got 2 of the big motors and 1 of the small motors, and this control unit you can't buy from Lego, so I had to buy the whole set to get the control unit. But so it's got the 2 big motors for powering the drive system, and then the small one for doing the steering. So the steering one should be pretty easy. Ideally, I'd like to do it and keep as much of the mechanism intact as possible, but I've seen some people who basically gutted the whole back section out, which is where all of the the high-low stuff and things like that are in it, because it's got drive and reverse, it's got high and low gear, and it's got one other thing I've forgotten. But it's so fantastically complicated when you make it. It's quite frightening. It's a great build, but like I need to sort of dismantle it and remake it to kind of understand what's going on in it and work it backwards again and wrap my head around it, because it's such a feat of Lego engineering. I love it. It's so good. Anything else? I think I should probably coming to a wrap there. I'm on 20 minutes of me rambling about what's been going on in my life and my Lego life, and you can tell I've got stuff planned. I'm trying to, this week my aim is to get things organised and moving again. I want to get Studsburg going, because I really am excited to show you what I'm thinking to do and sort of the changes I've made here. I've got a proper harbour area now. I can go up behind the tables, so I don't have to have a big gap in the middle anymore. I can get to everything all around the tables a lot easier. So that is my goal. So I will hopefully do that this week. That's going to be one of my goals, on top of finishing off a couple of other videos and reviews and things like that. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up there. Thank you for watching this. Let me know in the comments what you think of what I said here, and if you've got anything you want me to talk about or ramble about, I can do either. Do you want me to sound more English? Do you want me to sound more Cockney? No, I'm kidding. Don't ask me to sound Australian. I haven't got the Australian accent nailed yet. I can do the old "G'day mate," but it's a bit hard to, I can't get it quite right, because there's actually quite a few dialogues here thinking about it. Anyway, I'm rambling again. Anyway, if you're new here, hit subscribe. I post regularly, and if you're feeling kind, go and find me on the Apple iTunes store and any of the other ones, and give me a rating if you've enjoyed this video. Really do appreciate it, because that way it will help other people find me. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you again very soon.